guys, welcome back, and today we're going to be busting 100 myths in 24 hours, and a couple of myths that I have about some of my frogs is that they say only male frogs croak, and females do not croak. Well, yeah, this is, I think, possibly female or male, but he just got done croaking right now, and his croak is pretty tiny since he has a baby. But yeah, here's one of the myths. I just want to show you guys my new tree frog. His name is Yellow, without the W though. And he's pretty fat since I've had him. So he's pretty cute. Okay, so another myth about some of the animals that are in here. Look at Yellow. He's so cute. But another myth about some animals in this tank, as well as a long-tailed lizard, is that they do not have the longest tail in the world, but they do. Because Misty Ches, my female, has about 12 inches of her tail, and the full size of what's supposed to be their whole body is about 12 inches, so she has the longest tail of the world record for any type of species of geckos or lizards. A myth about crested geckos, here let me go ahead and grab Sally. A myth about crested geckos is that when they drop their tail, it grows back. People think they grow back, and they hope that whenever they do drop it, that they grow back, because some people get a little upset when they tend to notice that their tail won't grow back. And for example, for one like her, I have a female that dropped her tail a long time ago, before we even got her, before someone surrendered her to us. Here she is, and she dropped her tail. As you can see, her little, I don't know what to call that, probably a nerve or whatever, or a tension or whatever in her tail is the leftover of her tail that decided just to stay. And for any, crested gecko, when they drop their tail, there's like a tiny bone or whatever that just sticks in there. And their tail really necessarily isn't bone all itself, it's just skin. So when they drop it, their tiny little bone that was on their tail doesn't drop. It's just their tail that drops. So yeah, there's a little myth about them. Some myths about frogs. For example, let me go ahead and show you Harriet. Some myths about frogs is that people say that they tend to shed. Not necessarily. I mean, they do sometimes. And they do and they don't. But I have two frogs, Harriet and Yellow, like I got the other day. There's Harriet. And as you can see here, I have a bunch of leopard geckos, a frog. Some myths about Pac-Man frogs is that they don't really are that active, to be honest. When you take them out to pet them or whatever, or to hold them, or to clean out their cage, they'll start hopping everywhere because they tend to be kind of active. I'd recommend these for beginners, so if you would like a frog, go ahead and buy a Pac-Man frog, because they are the best beginner frogs that I could ever imagine of thinking of. Because, I mean, when they're in their tank, they're not too active, but I would say whenever they're out of their tank and they get that freedom, they tend to like to hop a lot and mess with you a lot and everything. And another myth for today is that my bluebelly, Rahu, some of them say that as they get older, their stomachs tend to fade. Because, another myth is that people say that they don't have, when they're babies, they don't have blue. When I caught some out over on, I'd say on more of a desert side of where I live, they have a bunch of blue belly lizards, and I caught a little tiny baby about that small. Compared to that, these things do have blue bellies whenever they're babies. They won't be as dark though as that. They tend to only have more of a black on their sides too whenever they're adults. Whenever they are adults and they're males, they will have what Rahu, my blue belly lizard, has, black on the sides of the blue his, both sides on his stomach, and a little bit of blue on his throat. I caught about that size lizards, babies, of course, like I said, and they did have blue on their throat and on their sides. So I'm thinking, as oh my god, my frog's pooping right now. I got splattered all over the glass. Oh my god, that frog's crazy. But anyways, I was wondering why there was water spraying on the tank. But anyways, Rahu here has a bunch of blue and everything. The females tend to have a little bit more a turquoise, like a more of a green look to it. But these really have more of a blue and a black. As you can see, also the males may have a like a, I don't know if you can see it, a blue. If you really look at it, they may be a blue look to the scales. I don't know if you can see it. But if you may catch one whenever you're out in the wild, it may have a type of blue look on its belly and not so on the scales, because since I've had him in captivity and he's really taken care of, he has a really good look to himself. So yeah, here's Rahu, and there's a little myth about him. And let's go ahead and put him away. Okay, and some myths about leopard geckos, which I'm gonna go ahead and turn on their heating system for them real quick. And Mushu, my bearded dragon. So some myths about these guys are that they're so hard to take care of. Bearded dragons are actually really easy to take care of. As you can see, Mushu right there. He's really easy to take care of. I mean, you do have to feed them veggies every day to have the right nutrition for them. As you can see, I have a hide for him, a rock, some enrichment with a bull in it, a hide with a basking type of wood, a rock from actually outside that I go ahead and cleaned. And as you can see, it's a good enrichment for your bearded dragons. And as you can see, I have a water bowl right there, a hammock for him, so whenever he wants to climb while he is basking, he can go ahead and climb while he's basking. But yeah, and another myth about crested geckos is that they don't need that much care. Some people are over here saying that that crested geckos don't need that much care and that they're easy just to put in a container when you breed them, and you can just be done with, taking care of them, how you don't have to take care of them like bearded dragons, for example. No, I think really that's a bad myth, because it is a myth busted, because these guys, they do really need good care. They are one of my favorites because, I mean, when they're easy to take care of, but they do need the right enrichment, the right food. You can't just mash up bananas or strawberries and just give it to them. You gotta buy the supplements and everything for them to have the right care for them, especially if you're breeding, because I am breeding. And they also say it's very easy to breed for crested geckos. You have to feed them breeding blueberry breeder, what do you call it? It's from PetSmart. If you guys have any PetSmart around you, PetSmart sells those type of brands where they're, I think, Zoomed. Yeah, I think Zoomed. I would also recommend Pangea. When I first got all of my crested geckos, there's another myth about that too, is that people say that you should only feed them Pangea and the watermelon flavored, and that Pangea is the best one. No, I recommend, because ever since I've had Sally, which there's a myth about that too, about how they should have about 8 in total of a year of yolk eggs of to be necessarily like stating, I should say, probably bad eggs. They say that should be happening, but ever since I've been feeding them the Blueberry Breeder brand, I've been getting all good eggs from her, and not necessarily probably 1 or 2 have been gone bad ever since I've been breeding them. For about, I'd say about a year now I've been breeding them. So yeah, and here they are. As you can see, they're really good. They're very healthy eggs, and all you gotta do is have some moisture in there, but not on the eggs. because that can make them mold. So here is the eggs. And let me go ahead and put them back again. And then, oh, that was my tweezers for the geckos. I'm gonna pick those up. And another myth for these ones is that people say that you could keep them in the fridge at all times. I recommend, if you want them to grow bigger for your animals, is that you some myths about these waxworms is that they eat plastic, and that's not true, because overall they eat whatever they get put inside of for the containers for Petco. For example, this container wouldn't even be a thing if waxworms actually ate plastic, because if you know, Petco's or what do you want to call it, Vita bugs, waxworms, or any type of Timberline or Vita bugs have for their containers are plastic. If waxworms ate plastic, then containers that they are brought to and sold to and packaged in would be gone, because they would eat the plastic off instead of them eating the wood chips inside here. If you don't know, these are wood chips. Sort of a type of wood chips. Yes. And if you don't know, also, is the fact that worms don't have a bunch of eyes. Well, yeah. I'll show you right now. Waxworms do have eyes. So myth busted was that one. If I can find one. Oh, here it is. So, as you can see, they have a bunch of arms. Focus, camera. They have a bunch of arms, and as you can see, they're very hairy in the sun. I don't know if we could focus. Focus. But yeah, that's a waxworm, and I will show at the end of the video this getting eaten by Banana, since Banana looks like a waxworm. And I'll show you at the end, because she does. But yeah, and another myth overall about reptiles is that people say that reptiles are only good for boys, not girls. That is not even, like, come on, man. Like, they're good for any type of, anyone who likes reptiles. I'm obsessed with them, so therefore I could like reptiles, because there's online, that's the myth, because people, just overall, people always say that, and that's a myth online that says that, one of the myths about reptiles is that, people think that they're only good for boys. No, anyone could have reptiles. You could even have reptiles. I mean, you probably do. I do, of course. I have over 20, probably about around 30. So I will be making an update version of Reptile Tour in the next video, but not shorts, video. So yeah, and about another, I don't have a snake. I hope I get one. When I'm older, I'm gonna have a bunch. A fact, or like not a fact, but a myth about snakes is that they get as big to, so snakes, when people aren't really, a snake pro or like a keeper, and if you're like a person who hates snakes and you're like, they creep me out, they're gonna eat people, people believe that, and they don't know what different types species of snakes there is, and people think that any type of snake could get up to as large as they can eat a person. So that's why people are so scared of snakes, because they think they're gonna bite them and eat them and everything. But that is myth busted, because they really don't. Yes, there is big enough ones that probably can, but I really don't think they would. I think they'd probably strike at them and bite them, but I don't think they'd eat people. I think they'll eat mice and rabbits and really large type of species of rabbits. If you don't know, there's really cool fact. There's a species of rabbits that look like a desert rabbit, and they get like probably as big as you, probably as big as like a bigger dog than usual, like a huge rabbit. So there's such thing as that. And, so yeah, there's, some myths right there, and go ahead and bring down a like on the video, go ahead and subscribe, share it to anyone that you like reptiles with. I'll be making more videos, and I'll be showing you this waxworm being eaten by, Banana right now. So let's go ahead and show you that right now. So here's Banana, the waxworm, and go ahead and put it in there. I do not know if she'll eat it. She's obsessed with these things, so it'd kind of be strange if she does not. If she does not eat it right now like that, then I will go ahead and grab the tweezers. But I'm gonna go ahead and set this down. There you go, she ate it. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and subscribe and like. See you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, I think she left another one. Let's go ahead and feed her another one real quick, and I'll end today's video. Here's a really tiny one, since it is a treat. I don't want to feed her too much of it. There you go. She wants to say bye, guys. Ring that a like right there. She's good. Go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Bye, peeps.